Hey guys, it's Tarek with Cyclone 3D, and I'm getting ready to show you guys a video that I put together. This is the new Diablo 250 series racing quad that I designed. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold. It's a custom design. I did all the carbon fiber work myself, all the drawing, rendered this in 3D, which is what I'm about to show you guys. The thing about this quad is I don't usually do 250s. That's on the larger side for me, but I had a request for it, and so this particular one I got done flying today for test flights. Some of the things I'll show you, and I'll flip a screen around to show you some else. This for free flying, this particular quad, I designed this quad so that, and I'm going to try to get this in the camera. This is a custom housing made for the quad, and obviously it'll pivot. So, and it's pretty tight, meaning it's not moving in a crash. And today, I mean, I laid this thing down a couple of times, and the camera never changed angle. It's extremely secure on the camera. However, one thing to add is there's a top piece here, and there's three versions of this quad that that I'm making. This particular one has a camera mount, just like the pivoting mount here. It has this mount up here, so you can actually have two cameras. However, the body, the frame, now this is the initial design. I have changed this in the drawings and in the future cuts. It will have, instead of these two holes on the bottom, which was actually to fit the initial board was going to be on here, was the fly color 4-in-1 ESC with the F3 board that snaps into it. However, when I put it on here, two of the ESCs had failed. And I didn't have time to mess with it, so I went ahead and stepped up to the HGLRC F4 V5 Pro flight controller, the Racercraft 35 amp 4-in-1 ESC, which is on the bottom, which you'll kind of be able to see there, and then underneath you can see the FlySky XSR. Now I have a wire here because I ran it after the fact. I wanted to test some stuff, and I think this is a piece of. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so generally this will be covered, but you can see you have your binding switch here. Again, this is I didn't heat shrink any of the cables here because for testing I need to have them exposed so I can see exactly what happens to them in a wreck or in something like that. But that's what we have under here. So, and on the right hand side you'll see I do a slotted fiber work, which means that I cut through the fiber, like on the bottom here. This piece, this side piece right here, slots through to the bottom, and then the spacer keeps it in place without moving. It's 3mm fiber there. So you've got your antenna on this side, you've got your buzzer on this side, and then I use the back two holes, which you can see, to mount the FlySky antennas. So anyways, the other body, instead of having these two holes, actually has three holes, and it's centered, and then 9mm apart on each other one, and that is for the common camera mount that comes with many of the cameras now, Lumineer, Fat Shark, and many of the other ones, so that you can mount them. So technically on this quad, you could literally have three cameras on here at the same time. Ideally, though, I would expect people to use two cameras, and then the base down here is enough room and protection for the for a DVR if you wanted to put a DVR. So let me flip this screen around here, show you real quick. So these are the three models that I designed, and I'm going to try to show you this. So what you can see here is here is the camera, the bottom mount camera option. And then let me kind of grab this here so I can show you kind of what we're working with. This option here is the whoops. That's not what I expected to do. So let me escape out of that. Edit, and there we go. Let's get out of that. So this is your pivoting one, and I think to do that I'm going to have to just edit this group, and then from there I can show you guys. So the cameras here will pivot. I need this to grab though, so hold on. Let me see if I can grab this. There we go. And so we gave this pivoting motion, and if I can turn this around, basically what I do is I draw all the components. And so if I get out, let me go to the dual camera or even the single camera real quick, and see if we can get out of this. And I'll pick this one. This is the one that I'm flying today. So let's edit this one and you can get an idea. So and one of the things I'm going to show you is that I draw all the components on here. They're not pre-drawn or taken from another designer. So this is the camera that I'm using, and so I made sure to draw everything to spec here, and then I made this housing. And so what you see is you can see the full pivot effect of this camera. And the main thing here is to show you, let me put that back the way it was. So the main thing to show you is, you know, when I draw this out, I draw the battery exactly how it is to spec. I draw the board. So for example, this is the HGLRC board. And I drew that one out by putting the board in front of me and then measuring it with the ruler in millimeters. And this pretty much gets all the pieces. So everything you see here was hand-drawn, and you'll see it in the video here. So these didn't exist. I didn't pull them off anything. So this gives me an idea as far as board-wise what I'm working with. I drew the Emax motors here. Now the props, this is my first time to actually bother drawing props as opposed to putting just circles that would represent the space that they take up. They're decent. They serve the purpose, which was to be able to grab it and somehow, and to somehow be able to make sure that the prop's cleared. So I can take. I wish this would cooperate. Let me see if I can get it better. There we go. Let me see if this will work. So basically, what I do is in here to make sure that we've cleared everything. I can take this and then I can spin it, and I can make sure that we are not hitting or interfering with any part of the body. And as you can see, no matter what angle we take, this is going to clear, and this is for a 6-inch prop. Okay, and the same goes for the back. So let me get out of that. And then underneath that, I need to go ahead and put that back. This is actually, yeah, this is the board, and then this is the whatchamacallit, the Racer Star ESC, 4-in-1 ESC, which again, we drew this one, or I drew this one, to match what we would be using. So this is something that you can see, it's definitely unique to what we do, to what I do. And let me go ahead and put that back. And then you can see on the top here, so this is a 4S 1800 battery, but again, we've got the camera here. The only difference is this camera does not have full pivot motion like the other one because the battery's underneath. So anyways, this is the final rendition of the Diablo 250 that I created, and it is solid. I mean, I cannot begin to explain to you how solid this is. This is the, sorry, this computer's a little glitchy right now. This is the single camera version, so if you don't want to have all that height, you can go with this side. Comes with the same camera mount. You could also put the camera DVR down here. So anyways, let me flip this back around. So that's the quad, and this is the actual cut and design put together, and it flies like a champion. I've got some videos I'm going to be putting up, but the main thing is I'm going to put a video together. It's a series of videos on drawing this thing from scratch, and you know, drawing the boards out. You'll see me draw the flight controller out from scratch and everything else out from scratch. And the idea here is that you know, if you ask me to build you a quad, a racing quad, and I do your project custom, this is what you're going to expect. Is you're going to basically tell me what you want in it, or I'm going to tell you what I think should go in it, and we're going to come to some sort of an agreement as to what would be the best for it. Or you can supply your own parts, and if you supply your own parts, you know, if I don't have it in stock, and usually I have pretty much everything in stock, but if I don't have it in stock, either you can send me what you've got, or I'll end up ordering something similar, because I have to draw the boards. I will not design a quad without having those things on hand, so that I can make sure that to the fault tolerance of 1/100 of a millimeter, which is what I work with. That's my tolerance. And I spent about 30 hours designing this one and drawing it. That is a pretty intricate design, based on the fact that you know, I've got to measure and make sure we have no hard angles for braking. Everything's rounded. So in the video series that you're going to see, get that mouse off there. In the video series that you're going to see, I'm going to fast forward it. Now, the entire series is 24 minutes long, so you can pick where you want to go. I was going to break it up, but I really think that it's just I don't know. Maybe I will break it up before I post it, but you'll see from the beginning to the middle to the end the components, changing out the flight controllers, redesigning it, starting with a square, curving it, and seeing what would fit exactly. So I'm going to put that together for you guys, but I just wanted to show you what we've got. Again, this is the newest Cyclone quad that's out there, is the Diablo 250. The 220 is the other one. It is a smaller, a little bit faster, but in either case, this one can obviously hold a little bit more. So I just want to introduce that to you guys. Look for the video. It'll be coming on. I don't know how this will work, but you'll see a link here eventually after this video to start watching those. If you have any questions or you'd like me to design one for you, I do everything myself in-house, as I've told y'all before. I design here, cut the carbon here. I do everything here. I don't sub it out. I don't have anybody that helps me. So I have the ability to make one quad a day after design. If I have to design it, it's going to take a week at least. But if you say, hey, I want one like that, it's going to take me one day, and I will only do one a day because I have to do my part to test it and make sure it's good before I even think about sending it out. So if you're interested, you can go to Cyclone3D.com or you can check out the website Cyclone3D.com. You can contact me through this YouTube channel. You can email me at cyclone3dservices@gmail.com. There's multiple ways to get a hold of me. Yep, we're getting ready to start making some new ones. So if any of this interests you, let me know. Some of you have asked me about whether I'll just sell the frame separately. I will, but you have to understand that the 250, for example, takes 2 sheets of 3mm carbon fiber. My cost just to get this where it is just in the carbon fiber alone is almost $50. And so I think it's depending on where I'm at, it may be a little less, maybe between 45 to 50. I don't anticipate a frame like this with all of this selling. I don't think I'm going to sell it for less than $79 or $89, somewhere between $79 and $89. Now, what you get with that is you're going to get a lifetime warranty on the body. So if you break the frame, you've got to basically send me a picture of the broken frame, and I'll cut you another one and send it to you. And so that is a benefit. If I build the quad for you, you get lifetime labor and lifetime body warranty. You do not get component warranty beyond what the manufacturer is going to give of the parts. People tear these up too much, and you're racing them, and Lord knows what happens. So you want to break your flight controller board, you break your flight controller board. However, you can send it back, and I will put another one on there, and I won't charge you labor for it at all. So anyways, without taking up any more of your time, again, this is the Diablo 250. You're going to see some design videos on here now, and then you'll see some flight tests from today. And if you guys have any questions, again, please shoot me an email. I appreciate y'all very much, and I hope to be talking to some of you soon and building you some quads. Y'all have a good day.